Welcome. This is Barry Jones from the Angel School, and we're here for a weekly angel reading for January the 23rd through the 29th, 2017. So let's just take a moment to take a deep breath and to allow our focus to be centered through our heart and to be present with all the information that is available to you through the well-being of your source. And they're holding up a book to me, and it's sort of feels like it's sitting in a window. And they were showing me my symbol for looks like someone kneeling and in a sort of a in a vulnerable state, or like they're kneeling in some kind of prayer or have some desire for some kind of clarity. And it feels like the information is going to be presented to you. So something um, that you've been praying for, or some situation that you have been seeking clarity about, or that you've um, been seeking a deeper meaning or understanding about, is going to unfold for you. It's going to somehow, um, there are going to be some opportunities. So, the book in front of the window, that will come through for you in this week, in which you will be able to feel like you're embracing the solutions or the answers, or somehow the writing out defines, it becomes more defined what you're looking for. Um, there's this something about what you're looking for, and they wrote out the word can't. Like, they just don't want you to think that you can't. So they want you to, or that something will come through that will remove that block of feeling like you can't. And you'll be more informed, is what they just wrote out, about this, and you'll get a sense in your body. So really pay attention. And they're giving me a sense that right now this is a time not to um, do things to sort of sedate yourself, or, they wrote out the word body, and they're giving me a sense about, you need to honor your sensitivity. You need to honor your physical body, and especially because it's a major way that information is translated through you, through your feelings, through your physical sensations. And so they don't want you to numb your physical sensations, by because these will give you clear signs, messages. They don't want you to numb them through sort of, using substances or foods, or activities like that, just, watching the news, or, TV that kind of just occupies your mind and takes your mind off of things. It's okay when you need to do that, but they really want you to be present more, as you may feel like the information that's coming through, you may feel this intensity in your physical body. And so, what you want to do is not get caught up in ideas of lack. And what they want you to do is to be present and trust that what's coming through your body is information that is going to help pinpoint for you um, some of the things that you are looking for, some of the things that you need to be aware of in your life, to help clear up that fog for you. So they want you to really be connected, grounded. So do things like exercise or getting outside, if you can, even for a brief moment, if the climate is cold for you, just to get the fresh air. They're writing text, and I guess they want you to kind of, I get the feeling like they want you to kind of get away from your computers and your devices a little bit. Not completely, but they want you to just take some time away from that, is what they wrote out, and make more time to be present with what's happening with you in your body, the information that's coming to you. So I don't get a sense they want you to meditate, although that's really helpful. But it's almost like, we pull ourselves away from our devices, um, and just be without them. This will be a new form of meditation where you just have to be with yourself and with what's going on with you, and noticing the signs that are coming through, for you. They're saying that that's just being too much into your devices and your, you know TV screens. You're just gonna, you're gonna just keep rehashing um, or bring drawing up these feelings of lack in the world, and that's tough. It's because there's a lot of things going on as of late, but they want you to recognize what you have, within you, and the resources, the creativity. They want you to be open to the ideas that are flowing through you, creative ideas. They want you to be aware of where things are coming together for you, opportunities, new possibilities, new dreams and goals that are, just launching within you. They want you to be aware of this, and so taking that time away from your devices. So see if you can just make a concerted uh, effort to sort of withdraw a little bit more in this week. Especially, I'm just hearing about news, things in the news. Not that we want to ignore what's going on in the world, but you want to um, you want to be in a place of strength where you can help what's going on in the world. And the only way you can help is through those brilliant ideas that are going to be coming through, those messages that are going to be showing you your purpose, showing you, where you're needed. And so they want you to have time to examine this, to hear this information. Okay? So let's take a look, at the card for the Archangel Tarot. And this is our theme for the week. Okay, so we have the card, Moon Cycles. And let me see here. So, I know that I'm not aware right now of what moon cycle is coming up, but they want you to sort of pay attention to not only pay attention to the lunar cycles. They said, notice how it affects your energy and manifestations, and capitalize upon these cycles. So I know we had a full moon, so we're probably approaching, a new moon, and and so that would sort of give us the idea of really, paying attention to the new ideas that are coming to you, and it's a great opportunity to, work with those phases where you start to maybe make some plans, or, start to launch some of your projects, or begin new, phases, or start the next phase of some aspect of what you're working on. And the Archangel Haniel, we haven't had her come up, a lot, but also pay attention to your intuition. And so there's a sense for this week that you're going to really, get some, possibly some clairvoyance, clairvoyant, premonitions. Pay attention to your dreams, what may come up for you. So this is a week for you to really, be really connected, and make room, for yourself, um, and just to relax, to, take some time for yourself, even if it's, at your job. Maybe you usually, on your breaks, you kind of hang out, but maybe take some time to go somewhere, take a favorite book, a book that you're reading, a spiritual book, and just, have some time to go off and, be with yourself, and just see what's coming up for you. If there's something that you've been wanting to spend some time doing, but you didn't have it the time maybe outside of work, or you just wherever you can grab that time to put some attention to that. I remember when I was teaching, it was been difficult for me to practice, so I would take my breaks to work on my singing or something like this, and it really just shifts how you feel about everything, and it just opens you up to all kinds of puts you in that creative flow again. So be just aware of that for yourself. Let me just see if there's any other information coming through. So she's giving me a sense, and she's showing me a very wide tree. So this is going to be a really powerful week for you, because the trunk of the tree is really wide, which means you're going to feel really, really connected this week. Okay, and she wrote the word voice over the trunk of that tree. So somehow your inner voice is going to really come through. I get a sense that they wrote lift, that your inner voice, your connection to your higher consciousness and your inner voice is going to be able to uplift others. So you may be called upon to uplift others. Okay, so don't be afraid to use your voice this week, because you're going to be sort of a clear channel for higher consciousness, for love, divine love. And so they really want you to just embrace that, open up your heart, and share, the love, the words that come through you. Or if it's a song, it could be for some of you who are musicians, your voice. Or this could just be like the voice in which, like a writer's voice, or it could be a composer's voice, or your the voice of your service that you offer, your talent. Maybe this is something about that voice as well, defining itself, becoming more clear, um, being more of a guide, or a stronger instrument in what you are doing. So I get a sense of a shift occurring in your voice through the work that you do. The voice of your gifts is going to come through and have greater influence for you in this week. So just be aware of what comes up, and they really want you not to get, again, they keep writing out the word lack. So this gives me a sense that um, there is going to be a tendency to get distracted by everything that's going on, and with the corporations and things like this. It's just one word they wrote, but don't get distracted from from your inner creativity, this flow, this channel of your inner voice, and and not engage this very powerful experience for you. Okay, so let's take a look at the cards for the beginning of the week. All right, and so just notice what happens. Pay attention to what the cycles of the moon, or what we're approaching. We should be approaching a new moon. I'm not sure if it's in this week, but if it's in this week, or then you will be working towards something, will be coming up for you, so that you want to be engaging yourself towards that purpose, where you can begin to prepare to launch something, or that, again, something will be coming to you that will create some changes in directions for you. Okay? All right, let's take a look at the card for the beginning of the week. Okay, so we have the Five of Ariel, and I think you can see this card, but I'm going to hold up anyway. It says you needn't go through your current challenges alone. Help is nearby. Negative thoughts create self-fulfilling prophecies. Now, this card usually alarms everyone, and I love to see it when it comes up because this card is about, this is the suit of pentacles, and so that usually deals with your home, family, work, or finances. Predominantly is what we all think of the pentacles as relating to. But for me, this card is a sign showing me that my actions within the physical realm, or the way that I am perceiving things, the physical world, is out of alignment with my inner holy divine being. And I love this card because they always show a church, and the church kind of represents that place of harmony, holiness, alignment, that the temple of God, like your physical body is the temple of God. You are the temple of God. You are the church, and it always shows people outside in the cold. And so this is about for me, this card is the first thing I think about. This card is alignment, that it's telling me that I need to shift the way I think or get into alignment first. So for the beginning of the week, check to make sure that you're not outside of your vortex of creation, that you're not outside the wealth of well-being that resides within you. Don't let anything, extract you from that place of harmony. Okay? So don't allow anything to sort of to pull you out of that alignment for yourself. And this card is showing you and reminding you that you have these resources within you. You have the abundance within you, and it's always reaching out towards you. And you can, here in some cards, you see someone standing there offering to provide services. We traditionally think of, or especially the church was always a place where people could, what's the word I'm looking for? Seek refuge, or if they were in trouble, they could be protected. So again, the same thing. When you are feeling, when you're feeling like you are at a loss and that things are not working out, then stop what you're doing, the way that you're focusing, and let go of that way that you're trying to get that what you're seeking, and go within and see what other possibilities, because there's many doors. There's never one door to help you to get where you're trying to go. And maybe there's a slightly different way that you need to go, and maybe there's a slightly different path or purpose. So the thing is that this card for me is always like you need to check in, that whatever you're experiencing that feels off, you just need to check in and reassess, reevaluate, see where it is that you're being called, where you've been drawn, because somehow you've just been listening to voices outside of yourself, and you got off the track of listening to your own voice. So it's not like you're ever in the wrong place, but not listening to your inner voice that's the place where you always need to be. That's where you need to be drawing from. Your creativity, your information always needs to be coming from within. So it's not necessarily a place like, you're supposed to be going to California and you're over here in Virginia. No, it's not that. This is about whether you're in California and you're intending to go to Virginia, or you're in Virginia or intending to go to California. It's about always not caring about placement, like in the physical world, but the placement within your inner being. That voice is always with you no matter where you end up, whether your intention was that or not. And from there, if you listen within, you get the coordinates, you get the information, you get the messages that you need for where you find yourself. Okay? Because they can always work with you no matter where you are. Your soul's purpose doesn't have so much to do with being in a specific place or being in the right place or having the right opportunities. Opportunities come from within. And so when you listen, your inner being is always offering you, and this is what they just wrote out, an opportunity no matter where you end up. It's always offering you possibilities no matter where you end up. So let go of this idea about being positioned or placed or stationed or, you know, uh, whether it's in society or in your job or in your relationships or in your finances. Let all that go. That's all a big smoke screen. That has nothing to do with being where you want, where you being. How do I want to say this? I'm going to say this the awkward way, and I'm going to try to find a way. But there's a sense of you are always being where you truly are when you are coming from the place of your inner divine light. Your purpose is always, your purpose is within you. It's not out there for you to seek. It's already within you. So therefore, listen to how you're being, listen to the impulses, listen to your instincts. That's drawing you in the moment from within. And when you align with that, you are where you need to be. You are being who you need to be. You are always being. It's just that when we get sort of outside of get in our heads and get stuck on the outside feedback and lose that connection to the inner feedback, then we feel like we're lost. And there's no such thing. Not sure if I'm getting this across as clearly as I would like to, but I think you get the point here. This is the point of this is how they're showing me, like, you build this platform for suffering because you don't understand that you can never be out of alignment. You're never out in the cold. That is a choice to perceive that the outer experience is your goal. And when you make the outer experience your goal, the outer experience is the reward for always lining up with the goal of your inner being. Okay? That feels like you got that. All right, let's take a look at the card for the middle of the week. So just pay attention to, at the beginning of the week, okay, we have more of the suit of pentacles, the Ariel. So just make sure at the beginning of the week, and it looks like things change for you in the middle of the week or something occurs. We'll get into this, but just make sure at the beginning of the week that you're not being distracted. Pay attention to your alignment. So that may be where you need to withdraw from all of those devices, a little bit more. Anything that's distracting you, gets you caught up in fear and thinking about lack, because that lack is what creates this feeling, and those feelings is what creates your shapes and molds your perspective, and it causes you to start looking at all the lack of opportunities, lack of possibilities, so we don't want to get stuck there, okay? So the middle of the week, we have the 10 of Ariel, and I'm just going to pull these up because this pink doesn't seem to, maybe you can't see the white letters at the bottom. It says, there's so very much to be grateful for: financial success and the promise of retirement, a rich and rewarding family life. So the 10 of Pentacles would indicate in this spread that something shifts for you, and that's why it's really important to just pay attention to your cycles, your emotional cycles, because the moon card could also represent for this week emotional cycles. So there may be this, when we're talking about that vulnerability at the beginning. So pay attention to your emotional cycles, okay? And one of the things I'm hearing right now is that a lot of the emotions that you may be picking up also may be coming from what's going on globally right now. And so you don't want to really get into, and also because these two cards are kind of side by side here, it's showing a fluctuation that you could be occurring in the week, and if you get emotionally, if you're not centered and focused, you could fluctuate in the way that you experience your world, where you feel one part of the week, you feel like you're like nothing's working out, and then all of a sudden everything's going great. So I'm getting this sense about, you don't want to get into these emotional um, highs and lows, that are just random in this week. You really want to maintain a balance. And so, therefore, it's going to be really important for you to, um, to keep your physical body active, keep it on a consistent activity that is good for your health, that just induces, positive um, behaviors. Exercise just really boosts you. Like, sometimes I'm feeling really tired. I go to the gym 5 days a week, and I'll be tired. But once I come out, I feel like completely alive, refreshed. It just cancels out any kind of stuff that's going on with my physical body, and it really helps me to stabilize emotionally, so that I haven't been experiencing like a lot of fluctuations and things like this. So really, you know, if it's not exercise, or some kind of routine that of in your diet, or exercise, or meditation, or creative activity, or just being trying to be positive throughout the week. But you need it's one thing to say to be positive, but you need a support to help you to be positive. And these things, even just drawn to seeing these friends here. So something where you're really being, this is not the typical meaning of this card, but it does usually show family here, and this card, and that the family is secure and stable in terms of their life, home life, and their the things that they need. They have everything they need, and so be around people who is what I'm hearing from them, that are positive, who focus on the abundance in life. They're always seeing the opportunities. They know how to make lemonade out of lemons. That they have that kind of, they uplift you. So just be aware of that in your friendships, and your attitude in the week, and to try to keep a stable, stable surrounding, stable environment that is built on the security that you're seeking. So if you're talking, because I know this sounds a little off to this card, but if you're engaging with people and situations that are that's negative, then it's going to affect how you feel, and how you feel is going to affect the way that you see opportunities. So for you to go for. So for instance, if you are doubting yourself about a promotion, and you keep talking to people who are negative and like, well, that's hard to get that job, blah blah blah, then that promotion may be right for you. But by being around negative people and talking negatively and looking at what's going on in the world and saying it's all going backwards, and then you're gonna feel less inspired to take action on things like this. Okay. All right. They just wrote passport. So if someone has been thinking about needing to get a passport, to, I don't know if it's a job or to travel somewhere, or if there's a job opportunity abroad, um, you know, make sure you take care of this week. I'm just seeing that. Okay. All right. Let's take a look at the card. Whoops. For the end of the week, and this is interesting because the Queen of Michael, the Queen of Swords, it seems appropriate here, because it's about nurturing yourself, but as all the queens represent nurturing, but this queen is about being focused and cutting out the all the BS, for lack of a better word. But yeah, she's a no nonsense kind of person, so she can really cut to chase, and she knows how to detach from situations that aren't healthy. So she has no problems. She has no problems with saying, I need to move on, or she has no problems cutting you off and saying, I'm sorry, I have something I need to do for myself right now. We'll talk about this later. She has no problems saying, um, listen, I don't agree with you, so let's move on. I mean, she's not, she can be tough, she's kind, but she will speak her truth. And so, in this week, you may need to do that, okay? Where you may need to just be, sort of straightforward with some people and, as we say, tell it like it is. And so, you may be called upon to do that, or you may be just called upon to just sever some ties, or distance yourself, without feeling guilty. It's just like she just knows that she focuses. The Queen of Michael is the queen of integrity, as Michael represents integrity, and cutting cords. Archangel Michael knows, he cuts cords and attachments, things that drain us. And so for her, this is how she sees it, sort of a scientific thing. This can drain. All right, this will deplete my alignment. So think of her, maybe this attitude that you need to have towards the weekend, as you get into the weekend, and you need to really make some room for yourself. Just cut things out that get in your way, okay? And so that you can really focus. But also carry out this throughout the week. This is about alignment, and what the Queen of Michael is saying is that you need to practice your alignment. You need to protect that alignment. You need to nurture your alignment. That's your priority in this week, not somebody else's, what they need and what they're doing. And if they're in a negative place, just say, excuse yourself, or say, I don't share that view, or just move on, okay? It's just important for you this week to know to stand your ground. I feel coming clearly with the Queen of Michael here, because see, she keeps a balance, she keeps her mind balanced, which helps her to and focus, so that she doesn't become this emotional roller coaster, okay? Where she's just going up and down and all over the place, and then just has no sense of center and what's her purpose and what she's trying to accomplish. So there's just something about this week where we need to be in a space where we can be completely focused on our goals, and getting things out there. They're showing me applications. This is a good time if if you're filling out some applications for things, to get those applications done. They could be all kinds of applications. It could be something for a job. It could be they're writing payments. So they've written this before the reading too. So if there's some payments or some money that you need to pay off, then do that. Don't go and spend on something else. Take care of your priorities. Take care of your basic needs, which is what the pentacles represent, okay? So this week, I'm getting something about not splurging this week, okay? And paying off some things, since they brought this up, and taking care of your responsibilities, so that you don't have to feel panicked, okay? I just feel like that if you splurge this week on some things, it's gonna make you feel, it's gonna compromise you, is what I'm kind of getting from them for the next week or that month, and you'll be in this place where you'll feel like you're flipping back and forth, between two different realities, abundance and lack. And so you don't want to activate that, all right? There's something coming up where you'll need to put in, where, like I said, if when a new moon cycle comes up, there's something where you need to, around that time, where you need to invest in something, a new project. So you're not withholding from something. What you're doing is you are preparing to take action on something that may come up suddenly for you, or something that was completely unexpected, and then you're going to have what you need to do it. So they're just kind of trying to help you out, so that you don't go, oh, but I can't afford to do that, or I can't manage the time, or blah blah blah. Even right now, if you need to cut out all the all the stuff, the extraneous, complications, and you get prepared to do that. And this week, there's something that's going to manifest, and then you'll be clearer to be aware of what's manifesting and to seize that opportunity. All right. So the angels want you to know, do not worry. They are totally supporting you, and they're helping you right now to understand what you need to do. And so you're not holding back. You're not they're not telling you not to splurge because you're going to run out of money. They're telling you they want you to prepare it for something that you just don't know it's coming, because you didn't know. You prayed for something, but you didn't know it was going to come through at this time. And they want you to feel all ready. Like they don't want anything to be an obstacle for you. Okay, there's no lack within you, but they want you, from your perspective, to not even have an opportunity to feel like there is this lack when an opportunity actually shows up. Because they say that we often do this. We do this to ourselves, and when we're not paying attention and we're not in alignment, we do things outside of that alignment. And then when something happens, you put that block in front of you. You're always putting something to block you. The way you see things, and it's a form of resistance, and they want you to be open and ready for that change. All right, let's take a look at the card that is I pulled from the bottom of the deck, and it's the Ace of Raphael. So here is a card talking about new emotional opportunities. So definitely something for new, like something that will be fulfilling, and a new passion. It could be a new relationship, or that you fall in love with life and all over again. Something just refreshes or reboots your heart is what I'm hearing in this week. So although certain things are going on the surface, but this is what's going on underneath it all is a reboot, a refresh. So something is going to sort of open up. You're going to open your heart to something, and it's going to like reboot the way you feel. Your sense of optimism is just going to flourish. And as the card says, a positive new emotional experience, fulfilling romantic relationships, deep and lasting spiritual insights. So again, being open, because they were talking about that, to insights and information that comes through, prayers being answered, being guided to solutions, and seeing new possibilities. So this is what's available to you in this week. So we send you lots of love and angel blessings. Thank you all for being present for this reading weekly. And thank you for your comments. If you'd like an angel reading, you can contact me at theangelschool.com, which you can find in the description link below. Also, please join us for the daily card messages on my Facebook page, okay, which that link you can find below as well. And you can also follow us on Twitter where the videos are posted there, as well as the daily card messages. If you go to my Twitter account, which you can find in the description link below as well. So have a wonderful week, and take care of your needs, take care of yourself, and I'll see you next week. God bless you all.